Mohammad Azhar. Beautiful shot. Too short from Graham Dilley, as he has been for much of the time with his second new ball. Very good strokes being played here by these two batsmen, Mohammad Azhar and Dilip Vengsarkar. Good caught, well done. On the follow-through, Dilley has picked him up, and he's taken 3 wickets now. It cost him 100 runs, but he struck back in the face of some punishment from these two players. Mohammad Azhar caught and bowled Graham Dilley for 33. Ravi Shastri taking strike, and Graham Dilley is the bowler. Good catch just round the corner. He's a very sharp catcher, Phil Edmonds. Beautifully judged. Had to go forward and fractionally sideways, and Ravi Shastri is gone. It's 2:38 for 5 now, and Vengsarkar is still there on 67. Shastri out for 1. Well bowled. Couldn't quite keep it down, and Edmonds going forward and sideways, beautifully balanced. Great shot, an explosive pull shot from Dilip Vengsarkar. Absolutely rocketed away through mid-wicket.
So it's Pringle to Binny. That's a good shot. My word, these Indian batsmen are strong off the legs. Roger Binny clipping it square and firmly on the onside. That's out. The merit of bowling straight and keeping the ball well up to the bat. Interesting sequence that. First the clip off the legs to square leg for 4, and then Roger Binny looking for the similar shot played across the line and missed it.
Yes, no doubt about that one. That was very straight indeed, and getting across the line.
That's in the air and caught. So Kapil Dev goes for 1, caught by Alan Lamb at backward point. Congratulations to Richard Ellison and England finding their way through this Indian tale.
Kapil Dev looking to play a little bit early there, trying to get off the back foot, and the ball just went nice and steady, square on the offside, straight to Alan Lamb.
Another fine shot by Dilip Vengsarkar. Splendid save by Philip Edmonds. Deep mid-wicket. They take 3 runs, but the applause very much for Edmonds. Good chase and throw. Going much quicker than he thought. Philip Edmonds a little late on that one. It's a cracking square drive, just behind square. Derek Pringle from the pavilion end to bowl to Chetan Sharma. That says it all. Chetan Sharma, the victim of Derek Pringle. Pringle earning his reward again by bowling absolutely straight.
Yes, that didn't do a great deal. It just ran on down the hill, the line it had taken, but Sharma has once or twice played the wrong line, and I think he did that a little bit here and lost that off stump.
Almost a great save, but it turned out instead just to be a marvellous shot.
Fine shot again here. Very powerful is Vensaker on the offside square. And Phil Edmonds having a bit of a hard day down there. It's just beating him at either side. If he goes square, it goes fine, and vice versa. And this time it goes square of him.
Kiran Moray about to take strike to Dilly. Just out of the reach of the man just behind square. And 4 runs. Well, not only can he drive, Kiran Moray, but he can also play the hook shot.
Yes, he got in a pretty good position. Bouncer. Got inside it. Knocked it down. Just missed the man by square leg, but ate it pretty well.
That's not going to please Gower or Dilly. And he's gone over W. Pringle struck again. That's a good effort from the all-rounder. Second top score for England, and now he's picked up his 3rd wicket. India 303 for 9, and Vensaker tantalisingly just 5 short of a 3rd century at Lord's.
Not doing a great deal, just holding its line up the hill, probably to roundabout leg and middle.
But it's no good having him there if it goes through mid-wicket. Lovely shot. 99. Now the men can come in. Five men saving the single. There it is. Tip and run. Vensaker has made another 100. What a pity his moment of pleasure should have to be marred by people like that. One of the great things about making 100 on any ground, and in particular here at Lord's, is to be able to stand there and take the applause of the crowd. And in fact, he's being mauled by spectators who are more interested in having themselves in the public eye than allowing Vensaker.
Oh my word. Maninda. Well, he really enjoyed that. I fancy he'd been saving it up. He knew he could do it all the time.
And that time he's gone. The top spinner did the job. India all out for 342. A most commendable effort. Dilip Vensaker not out 126.
Vensaker remained not out at 126 as India finished with a total of 341 runs in the first innings. Vensaker, along with Maninder Singh, added 38 valuable runs for the last wicket. Mohinder Ramanathan too scored a slow but patient and important 69 runs. For England,
Well, again the ball hits Shrikant before it bounces. It's almost target practice there.
Yeah, there've been a few what you call half chances knocking around this morning, but when you're feeling as close as Shrikant is there, it's got to go exactly into the right part of the hand, otherwise it doesn't stick.
So Kapil Dev from the pavilion end. Oh, that must be out. And that's fine bowling by Kapil Dev, who tried plenty of variations during that over. Experimented with the short ball, and the catch arriving safely in the hands of Mohinder Amarnath Nagari. So Tim Robinson goes.
Well, certainly he was done for pace there. Kapil Dev banged it in again, short, halfway down, but it's a good one. He got it right into the chest and chin area and tucked him up, and the ball just went away nice and steady there. But that's pretty good bowling then. This is the thing you always feel, is a little bit more bounce bowling from this end, a bit quicker, and Kapil Dev proved that there. That was a pretty useful delivery. I mean, Kapil Dev's not what you call a real quick bowler, but that was certainly pretty hasty, and it took Tim Robinson up completely.
Well, was that a catch? There was a double clip, you could hear the sound, and judging from the reaction the close fielders might have been, now who can interpret the umpire?
A fine delivery this. He got the ball to go back up the hill. Personally, I thought that just hit the pad, but David Gow pretty near to it.
Roger Binney from the nursery end. Well, never mind the footwear. The footwork was fine, and the bat worked perfect.
And David probably thinks he doesn't move his feet very much. If he has long spikes, he doesn't move them at all. But he played that very easily. Nice follow through, and the Gower timing was there, and the ball sped away square on the offside for 4.
Confident appeal, and Gooch is gone. Well, Kapil Dev knew that that was out the moment he shouted, and Graham Gooch, very severe loss for England. England still behind, and Kapil Dev strikes for the second time.
Well, again, Graham Gooch didn't get forward. That front foot's hardly in front of the crease, and there's no doubt of the umpire giving that one out.
It's Kapil Dev to Gatting. He's off the mark, and that means he's off a pair.
Well, good thinking by Kapil Dev. He didn't get it just in the right place, but Mike Gatting's always been prepared to go for it. First ball, he goes for the hook here. It tucks him up a little bit. He didn't middle it. It kind of hit the splice and just really lobbed away.
Chetan Sharma it is from the nursery end.
And of course, Chetan Sharma knocked Mike Gatting's stumps all over the place in the first innings. He's hurried him into a stroke there. He's a little bit quicker than he looks. He's quite a small fellow, but he's very whippy.
Missed by a whisker. That would have been unlucky for Gatting. I think he was surprised by the movement, perhaps by the change of pace as well.
Well, unlucky you may say, but actually the right foot never went anywhere near the line of the ball. He was playing with a huge gap between the body and the bat.
Beautifully bowled, and I think Gow knew instantly he was gone. That seemed to me to come up the hill. Beautiful piece of bowling. Quite an outstanding performance from Kapil Dev this morning in his 8th over. He's just taken his 3rd wicket. Once again, it was the case of the perfect length from the bowler forcing the batsman into an indeterminate stroke, not able to get forward, and yet the pace of the ball and the movement was enough to cause confusion and then destruction. 35 for 3. 8 to Gooch, 11 to Robinson, 8 to Gower. Gutting is 6, and Alan Lamb is the new batsman. There's a nice start. Swinging half volley, dispatched beautifully.
Yes, Alan Lamb straight on the front foot, and if you do pitch it up to him, he is all ready to give it a crack.
11 matches. Chetan Sharma has played now. And 3 there. And in fact, it was raced across the outfield. Must have been beautifully timed by Alan Lamb. Well, that's the sort of thing England need. They've gone onto the scoring board now. Having had a deficit there, they've now made 48 for 3. They're, in effect, 1 for 3 wickets.
That'll be close. Very close indeed. It was a risky run by Alan Lamb, pushed in front of Shrikant at mid-wicket. It's a good, clean pickup. And that would have been a testing one for the umpire, Ken Palmer. Another one, straight through cover.
Well, that's a perfect position to play the cover drive off the back foot. Went slightly forward, but then went nicely onto the back foot.
That's through him.
Squared a wicket on the offside, and the outfield nice and quick today.
Well, Alan Lamb has missed very little, and even though he's hit that high on the bat, he's timed it well, and it's raced through the covers for 4.
Beautiful stroke for 4. That's a nice reply from Mike Gutting. Beautiful stroke off the front foot.
And these 2 right-handers fighting back well.
100 for 3 now. Well, he knows what happens down there. He may be on his first tour of England, but he knows what happens when the ball starts running down towards the tavern. If you're going to dive, you've got to do it early.
Beautifully timed stroke. I think he just took a view. Unless I'm going to go now, I'm never going to get there. Like the man dying of thirst in the desert.
The nursery end in Shah Street. Oh, well done, well bowled. The one that comes back with the arm. It was too full to cut, I'd say, but it really scurried off the pitch. That's very well bowled by Ravi Shastri. And Alan Lamb is gone. Nice fine sweep.
Well, a major part of Mike Gatting's armoury against the slow bowlers is his sweeping. He's a pretty effective sweeper.
Here's Chetan Sharma now. He's done well this match, young Chetan Sharma. 5 in the first innings, and now he's taken the England top scorer. Looked as though it may have been pad to stumps, but it still beat him. 113 for 5 now.
Second time in the match that Sharma's got through Mike Gatting. Well, he was looking to make the forward stroke, then decided not, got done halfway. He's just brushed his pads and back onto the stumps.
Well, there's tremendous pressure on the England batsmen out there. The spin bowlers are going to be able to keep close men up in front of the bat and pad on both sides. There's a little bit of turn in the wicket, so there's going to be a lot of pressure there from the spin bowlers. And of course, there's still a little bit of movement for the seam bowlers. So England certainly have a lot of work to do if they're going to get out of this match.
A couple more to Derek Pringle, and following his innings in the first innings of 63. It'll be good for the England selectors to see Pringle establish himself as a reliable middle-order batsman. And back comes the skipper, Kapil Dev, to bowl from the pavilion end. Kapil Dev to Pringle. That's it. Beautiful length. Derek Pringle caught in 2 minds. And beautifully taken behind the stumps by Kieran Moore.
Well, that was a fine delivery. I just begin to think that probably it's not moving as much when Kapil Dev got the ball to go up there very late indeed. And a very fine delivery. This near the stumps, pitched about off. They had to play, and the ball went beautifully up there. There's not much Derek Pringle could do about that.
So 4 wickets to Kapil. 121 for 6. The focus now on Ellison and Embury and Dilly and Edmonds and Paul Downton, who is the not-out batsman. Outside edge, but that's thick along the ground and into space.
Very similar delivery there to the one that got Derek Pringle out. Didn't do quite as much, but same length, line. Just offered to go out, and Paul Downton this time getting a little bit farther forward, got over the top and a thick edge through gully.
Oh, that's a fine shot. That's a blow struck for freedom.
Well, Paul Downton getting everything nicely right there. Foot nicely forward, bat very straight and kept on line. Good follow through. Of course, the problem for these lower order batsmen at this time of the season, they've played nothing but one-day cricket more or less, and they've probably been getting in for 5 or 6 overs and having given it a quick whirl. Now they've got to go out there and bat for 4 or 5 hours, and it's a completely different situation.
And that's 4. Thickish edge, but safe enough. They're all very valuable runs.
That was well batted, because Paul Downton knows that Kapil Dev is trying to drop it a little short to counteract that forward push.
Well, now there's a surprise. Kapil Dev has taken himself off just when he has the chance to have a go at Ellison. And it's to be Maninder Singh. well bowled. He's been drifting that ball into the right-hander and having it go straight on. That one drifted in, but it spun away as well. It's also very well played by Downton. .50 up. So this pair are moving along reasonably smoothly.
Gets it through this time. Beautifully bowled. But Paul Downton safely out there, well forward, front foot.
Yes, fine delivery, but just a little bit too much bounce and just going on down the leg side. And a fine delivery, and I would think that is probably Keppel to finish for a while now. Putting his big sweater on. Fine performance so far today. He's 4 for 52 in 20 overs, and he really has bowled magnificently.
So England's fight back continues against Maninder Singh from the nursery end. That's out. Downton's first real attacking stroke, and that was amazingly caught by Ravi Shastri. Amazing because it's quite a surprise that Downton hit the only fielder placed back there out of the close ring.
Yes, so the ball just keeps running just for India and against England. That really could have gone a number of different places. You can call it good field placing by Keppel and his bowler. And perhaps Paul Downton needn't really have played that sweep stroke. Pitching right outside the leg stump, he couldn't have been LBW, he could have just kicked it away. But he went for the runs, and he's just picked out Shastri, standing about 40 yards just behind square.
This is medium fast seam bowling. Roger Binney from the pavilion end.
It's a good shot. Nicely stroked away down the hill. Yes, if Maninder Singh had pitched in that foot mark or on the edge of it, it would have been some uneven bounce. That may have been the reason it went in. In fact, I think it just got the edge. That's gone. It's well bowled by Roger Binney. He got one to bounce at Richard Ellison 3 deliveries ago. Then the next one beat him outside the off stump. And that one was a very full length, and it went a long, long way down the slope. England now in dire straits.
And a very neat bit of catching too by this keeper Murray, because it has stayed quite low. He's had to move quite a long way for it.
John Embury to take strike. Oh dear, leading edge. Another one down. Maninder Singh could hardly believe what was happening to him there. One moment the bat was turning, and the next the ball was coming back at him at dolly height. 170 for 9. It's going to be Maninder Singh to bowl to Philip Edmonds. Well caught. I'll take that back. We'll just start again. It's 176 for 9.
Well, Maninder Singh thought it was out. He was down at this end before the ball nearly. But no reply from the umpire. Well, it certainly hit the pad first. Whether it touched the bat afterwards, I don't know. Can't tell from umpire.
India reached this stage of impasse with Paul Downton and Ellison in their long stand. Began to appeal for everything. That concludes the proceedings for today, gents. And you know, it almost ended in the same fashion. It was Downton who had a swing at the left-arm spinner and was caught, and so did Edmonds. Fancied the cover drive. Maninder Singh, the man who's seen it all over in the end.
To Richard Ellison, and then the struggle at the end for Embury, Dilley and Edmonds, taking up time as well as trying to score runs, and only 172 runs scored in the day. Kapil Dev, the Indian skipper, will be delighted by his own bowling figures there, 4 for 52, and also by the match position, which shows India in a very, very strong state at this moment. For India, and it's Richard Ellison coming into bowl to Sunil Gavaskar. What a little blinder. Give that a whack. Very well bowled. Just about the perfect Yorker, beautifully pitched right in the block hole, and it needed a very good batsman to keep it out. Well done. Deserved that, Graham Dilley. Nicely caught by Gooch. A thoroughly good wicket all round. Good piece of bowling. The ball kept up to the bat. Just enough movement to find the outside edge. And a very well taken catch. Nice movement, just enough to find the outside edge. Graham Gooch was going up. He got his hands up to chest height, then had to bring them down again. But he caught it firmly enough. Amanatha with the non-striker. Ellison will come in from the nursery end and bowl to Gavaskar. It's the frustrating one for England, the one that gets past the outside edge of Gavaskar's bat.
Yes, for the first time, Richard Ellison getting a little bit of bounce there, and just that little bit of movement. And certainly everything was very near to the ball there, but unfortunately for England, just missing that edge of that bat.
Nicely timed and placed as well. Gutting, vain chase, no chance of getting that off.
Well, Gavaskar had been getting a bit tied down and was just fretting a little bit, but he's played this really quite beautifully because the ball was on the up when it came to him. He's waited on it, very good balance, and turned it through the leg side for 4.
And over the last few days, we've been talking about Sunil Gavaskar's desire to get a century at Lord's. I don't think we've been quite fair to him, because it turns out that this is the first test that he's ever played at Lord's.
Well, it's the first time that no third man ploy has proved expensive, but throughout the match it's proved pretty expensive for the fielding captains.
24 for 1. And now David Gower turns to Pringle from the nursery end. Strong appeal from Pringle.
Gavascar making to clip this on the leg side. That's pitched off stump, and it's certainly got through to the pad, which wasn't all that far forward. That was a very fair shout.
Well, I do believe Sunil Gavascar is wearing odd pads. You see the 2 rolls on the one pad and the knee, and 3 on the other. Oh, that hit him. Now, did that hit the helmet? Certainly bounced a long way. We're into Amarnath, and luckily hit on the head. It must have hurt him, certainly shock.
Well, it was certainly pretty short, but it didn't get that high, really. Probably just above waist high if the batsman had been stood up. He started trying to watch it, realised he hadn't got low enough or out of the way, and just turned his head away, I think, and probably got him towards the back of the head somewhere.
Yes, took his eye off the ball, which is easier to criticise from a distance than it is if you're actually out there playing. Mixture of selectors and coaches. Don Wilson, the MCC coach, extreme right. Fred Titmus, selector. Phil Sharp, Peter May in the background. That's caught. And that's definitely out. It was a long stay at the crease by Gavascar. He reached, he played wide of the off stump and was superbly caught.
Yes, well, the little master was reluctant to go then, but no doubt about it, almost identical to the first innings. A little bit wide again, and he pushed through it, not really driving hardly, but pushing through, and the ball went between first slip and the keeper taking it pretty low down.
Dilip Vengsarkar, 126 not out in the first innings. It wasn't badly bowled at all. Yorker, but just straight outside leg stump.
Yes, Graham Billy striving for the leg stump Yorker, which is a perfect delivery to bowl, and he wasn't very far away. He got the length right, just that 2 or 3 inches down the leg side.
That's an edge, but a profitable one.
Because one thing you don't want when you've only got a handful of runs is the ball to run away off the edge for 4. Very exasperating for the England team and the England bowler in particular.
Well, that's not a very good sign, is it, John Embury?
Yeah, so just watching when they chased down to third man there, and it looked to be just struggling that last yard or two, and must be something just in the hip, back. They're laughing about it, but it could be quite serious if County can't bowl. And it looks like he's in fact going off, and certainly limping a little.
No third man. It's whatever they run or whether it reaches the rope, which it won't quite do. Both of them bowlers from the pavilion end. It's difficult for him to work Edmonds into the attack if he wants to bowl Pringle at the moment. Pringle's coming up from the nursery end. So Ellison is coming on at the pavilion end. Whistled away square of the wicket. Derek Pringle is the bowler. He's bowling to Dilip Vengsarkar.
A very good line, Pringle. That just moving down leg side, but he's bowled very straight during this match. So Gower, not only defending a modest 134 runs, now has to do it with two of his leading bowlers. Dilly, the taker of 2 wickets in this innings, and John Embury just might have turned the screw on the Indian batsman. Good shout. So Pringle again strikes. Uncomplicated style of simply bowling straight. And Mohinder Amarnath, who was beginning to struggle more and more, is the victim. Amarnath, LBW bowled Pringle for 8, and India are now 76 for 3. It's quite a good bouncer that Derek Pringle bowls, because it comes out of his natural action. No warning at all to the batsman, and he catches 1 or 2 by surprise. Edmonds to Vengsarkar from the nursery end. Bowled him. Beautiful bowling, ball coming on with the arm, and Vengsarkar completely deceived, and there'll be a scampering around in the Indian dressing room. Because from here on in, this match will be won or lost as much in the mind as anywhere else. So the hero of the first innings, Dilip Vengsarkar, makes a complete misjudgment. And Phil Edmonds brings the ball on with the arm through the gate, and over they go. And it's now been confirmed that John Embury was off the field with his back injury for 50 minutes, and he therefore cannot bowl for 50 minutes. It's the same amount of time off he has to wait for bowling on. So it's Edmonds again to bowl to Ravi Shastri. Oh, perfectly placed, lovely footwork, sweet shot. And again.
Marvellous stroke there again, down the wicket, using his feet. Really beautiful cricket there by Shastri, beautiful cricket. A little bit of width there from Phil Edmonds, too much width, but what a perfect execution of the cover drive. Marvellous, 2-3 strides there, beautiful, right into the shot and head down, good follow through, beautiful stroke.
And that's the 100 up for India. Loss of 4 wickets. Yes, another beautifully placed shot by Azharuddin. And you can feel the release of tension among India's supporters. So it's Edmonds again to Shastri.
Well, now, which one are they going to say is out? We'll have a little chat about it. Mohammad Azhar is the one who's going to have to go, and the 5th wicket has gone down. Not many runs to play with, just 34. And a big string of batsmen still to come, there's no question about that, including Kapil Dev, the skipper.
As this ball goes down to the leg side, beautifully turned stroke. There's John Embry with the bad back, not perhaps stretching out as best he might. They've taken 2. Now, can he throw with this bad back? Well, he's got a very, very good arm, of course, John, and it's whistled in. Azhar wouldn't have made the run anyway, probably, but Shastri sent him back, and they're both at the same end.
It's going to be Edmonds to Kapil Dev. It's a magnificent shot. Just a bad ball. And the angle we're on seemed to me to be a good length, well-pitched leg, well, one that went straight on even. He got it right in the meat of the bat. He's done it again, and Gower has no chance of cutting that off. 2 beautiful strokes from Kapil Dev.
Well, the captain doesn't seem to have too many nerves here.
Beautifully swept. No one's going to get that other than the crowd.
Well, he can't keep this man quiet with the slow bowlers on. Beautiful sweep stroke just behind square, and yet another 4 for Kapil Dev.
What a way to finish. A magnificent 6 from Kapil Dev. It's his first Test match victory as captain. The first time India have beaten England at Lord's. And it's a great win. Congratulations from Gower and from the other England players. And 18 from that over from Phil Edmonds. Kapil Dev taking all of them. Ravi Shastri, vice-captain, and Kapil Dev, captain. A moment they'll never forget, walking off at Lord's, having shared the winning partnership, 136 for 5 at the close of the innings. 20 to Shastri and 23 to Kapil Dev. And there is Kapil Dev. The Indian captain must be a very happy man at this moment.
Well, I suppose if you're going to go 21 Test matches before you win one, he can't be any happier than coming to Lord's to do it for his first victory. He'll be a very happy man indeed.
Looks as though he's been doing that all his life.
When the 2 captains have assembled on the middle balcony. And to make the adjudication for the man of the match, please welcome that former captain of England and Sussex, the fine player, Mr. Ted Dexter.
For India, there was great batting from Vengsarkar, 126 not out and 33. There was another amazing and memorable performance. There was a bowler who bowled unluckily for 1 wicket and 67 runs in the first innings. In the second, the crucial breakthrough, 4 wickets for 52. My man of the match is the Indian captain, Kapil Dev.
Capel. It's been a long, long time coming for you as a winning Test captain. What a place to do it.
I enjoyed. I think it's quite a long time. Over 2 years I waited for this.
Final scorecard here, 136 for 5. They had a couple of hiccups. In the end, Kapil Dev 23 not out and Ravi Shastri 20 not out, his vice-captain. Played wonderfully well. And Dilly 2 for 28, Pringle a wicket and Edmonds 1. Did all they could to stop them, but it was to no avail. A tremendous